It's been a long time since all three of you moved on. First it was Mom and Dad, and then you, sis. I never was chosen by Mom and Dad to be their shining star, but you gave that role to me at your last moments. I'm glad you had a lot of confidence in me, sis. But am I really going to be the true successor? There must have been a reason why they chose you over me. I remember the day I lost you. I wanted to fight alongside everyone, but I was still weak, and I'm the luckiest person alive to have been saved from that disaster. Still, if I was only stronger back then, you would have had another chance, sis.
You fought to save so many lives that day, and I wanted to protect everyone. I thought I was being a hero, but it came with the consequences of losing both you. If I was there before you took off, then maybe the two of you would still be here with us. You two wanted to see where their son was headed in life. Now, I'm at this point where nothing's changing. I have people to take care of here. I don't know if I'll ever make it out there to fulfill my dreams. I can't abandon them, especially in the conditions we're in. Just remember, Mom and Dad, that I'm doing this not just as your son, but for the both of you.
Larry said I would find him here, one of the most talented swordsmen in the Skylands. We need someone like him to fight by our side. Recruiting him would definitely give us the upper hand in our future missions. My name is Sarah, and I've been sent on a mission to find an incredibly skilled swordsman who knows of a mysterious power. Larry and I have been searching for these unique individuals for a while, with no names to classify with them. There are people out there trying to use their power for their evil intentions. And something about this place tells me that recruiting this person into our team won't be such an easy adventure. But I'll always remember what you told me. Seize the day and conquer all of its challenges.
Ooh, Cecil, you're meeting with a girl, aren't you? How exciting is that?
Celia, please shut up. I don't even know who this girl is, but she must be here to talk about that family secret of ours. We can't tell her a thing about it.
I highly doubt that's what she's here for. She's probably here to sweep you off your feet and take you for a ride on her majestic steed. Unlike most men, us ladies have grown tired of waiting for you to show up, so we've broken the standards of relationships.
The only thing you've ever broken in this house is my own soul.
Oh, I'm breaking you down all right. This girl's been writing to us pretty often. Something about a special power, but I know what she really wants. The only treasure waiting for her is the one in the mirror. Oh, you're here too. Aside from this visitor, you're being carved into the perfect successor to our parents. Grandma Yuki needs the both of us to take care of her, and in the state she's in, you know she can't move well on her own.
Yes, I get it. We have to take care of her until she's more senile than before. What's with these family traditions anyways? Have they just existed for a long time?
They've existed for as long as I can remember, even before Grandma Yuki's time. No one's gone out of their way to change it because, well, it's a tradition. You can't change a tradition that's been set in stone. Hey, do you have a free set of ears? I'm telling you some important history that could be helpful to you.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about how long I'll be staying with you two. Just going to assume I'm here until my deathbed, right? I'm heading off.
Have fun on your date.
Shut up, Celia. Go make Grandma her tea or something.
시스, 너 여자친구 생겼어?
Please take your medicine, Grandma.
I'm ordering two, please. To be honest with you, this is my first time trying it. This village is a fusion of all sorts of cultures, so I want to see it all while I'm here. These lands broke off into floating islands of their own, and I thought these cultures would be separated from each other. The Skylands may be spread far and wide, but the connection between all living things remains strong. I could easily assemble these pieces together. I know that they would form one big sphere of earth and water, but I still wonder why they're not together anymore. People barely get the chance to travel between nations now, yet if we were all a unified group of some kind, then...
What are you doing?
Oh, hi! You must be the person I'm supposed to meet with. Allow me to introduce...
Go back to where you came from.
Excuse me?
You should go back to your military unit or wherever you live. You have no idea what kind of place you're in. You haven't even seen how much the atmosphere changes the moment we get a visit from...
So you want me to go home, huh? Okay.
Wait, what? How the heck do you follow my orders so quickly?
I'll head home, of course, but not until you finish your drink. It tastes wonderful. The texture of these pearls they put in here is amazing.
Apparently, a lot of you mainland people enjoy this drink. I imagine how many crazy recipes you've made up on your own with this.
You know what else would be crazy? How crazy it would be if you didn't show me this mysterious power I've heard so much about. Want to show it to me sometime? I'm interested in learning more about them, and there's plenty of people out there with similar abilities.
You know what's even crazier? You asking me about this when we don't even know each other to begin with.
My mission is to look for a skilled swordsman who knows of a mysterious power. The urgency in your voice, it's giving me a sign here. You know someone with that kind of energy in them, don't you? And you're willing to protect them at all costs, aren't you?
Don't you dare come near me or anyone else in my family. Who does she think she is? She wants to know more about our family. I ought to report her for being a stalker of some point before...
Good evening, Cecil. Your new friend is here. You two must have come off to a good start for her to know where we live.
I never told her where we lived. Were you following me?
Cecil, that's no way to treat our guest. She'll be staying with us for some time after all.
Your name is Cecil? That's a lovely name to go along with your sister Celia. If I could finish my introduction, my name is Sarah. I'm here to learn more about your family's background regarding swordsmanship. Word on the street is that someone here is a real professional.
아이고 정말 예쁜 아가씨네 그려. 이 금발머리에 이 멋진 눈 좀 보소 눈. 우리 손주 짱이네 진짜.
Grandma, it's past your bedtime.
You must be the caretaker of this family.
그래. 근데 말이야 나는 너무 늙어서 누구를 잘 돌봐줄 수가 없어. 그렇지 않으면 넌 나한테 엄마라고 부를지도 모른다. 내가 다시 젊어질 수 있으면 얼마나 좋겠니?
This is our grandma Yuki. She may look like your average elderly woman, but she's taught us a lot. Our parents have us take care of her in order to respect our family traditions.
If only it was a tradition to throw a family member off a cliff right now. Just how long do you plan on staying here?
I plan on staying here until my mission's complete. You know what my mission is, right? I mean, that's the most we know of each other at the moment.
오, 엄청난 아이디어구나. 내가 너한테 두 가지의 개인적인...
No, I don't want to be anywhere near her or...
You'd better not make Grandma upset, or else I will make sure you are cursed to live a life of pain and suffering for the rest of your existence, courtesy of our family bloodline.
Whatever, I'm gonna be out anyway, so do whatever you want here just as long as you don't get in my way.
Has he always been like this?
He just needs some time alone. He's not a huge fan of what we do around here.
Thank you so much for your hospitality, Celia. It's an absolute pleasure to be staying here, and I can't wait to learn more about you, Cecil, and your grandma, too.
I'm glad to have another girl to talk to, especially since I've been living with these two for who knows how long.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you two end up being the ones to take care of Yuki? I don't mean to go into personal things at such a short notice, but I wanted to know more and...
You're absolutely fine, Sarah. I was going to bring it up regardless. Our mom and dad fought in a war a long time ago, but they never made it back in one piece. The ship they were on fell at the hands of the enemy.
The war you're talking about, it was the Great War of the Skies? I know a lot about that tragic day, and I can't tell you how much I was affected by it.
Did you lose someone important too?
Not just someone, but I lost everyone. My mom, my dad, and shortly after, my sister.
Sarah, I'm so sorry you've had to deal with such a tremendous loss. I imagine the weight of this tragedy you've been carrying on your shoulders must be awful, and I wish for a good future to come your way.
Thank you for your kind thoughts, Celia. I wish the same for you and your family as well.
You know, Cecil's been trying to run away from home. He's done it so many times, but at each time he arrives at that gate, he immediately turns back and forgets about trying to run away in the first place. Cecil's not such a rude person once you get to know him better. I hope you're willing to give him a second chance when I say this, but...
I'm always willing to make a new friend, Celia. I've already made one right in front of me. I'd like to learn more about both of you.
I'm so happy to hear that, Sarah. Well, let's have a little talk.
You know, it's funny thinking that we've been following Mom and Dad around ever since they started helping out in the coalition. Can you believe they're already aiming to become pilots for the Skyland's most fierce military forces? Hey, I know you're upset that we've always had to leave behind whatever friends we make at each place that we settle in, but isn't it nice to create this bond that stretches across the entire world? Or are you upset about something else? You know you can talk to me, right? Look, there's only so much that our parents can tell us in the position they're in. They've already told me so much, and I'm sure you want to speak to them too. But I want you to be happy, especially at a time like this. I can tell you this for sure, okay? They're doing fine. Mom and Dad wanted me to take good care of you while they're away on business. And before you ask, they haven't trusted me with anything drastic. You have nothing to worry about. Well then, let's keep on living a life free of any burdens, okay? The amount of weight they're carrying on their shoulders now, I imagine what it'd be like if you were given such an enormous triumph. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Celia. I'm going out to find Cecil. Do you need help with anything around your house, or do you have everything taken care of?
I need ingredients for tonight's dinner. Yuki's going to be helping me out, but I've got to let her rest until then. I need to make sure this dinner is perfect for the occasion. Do you mind picking up a few things? You could buy some stuff too if you're interested in cooking too.
I'd be glad to. How's Yuki doing?
Yuki's doing fine right now. She's just a bit sleepy due to her medicine, but she'll be ready to cook up an amazing dinner later. You should see her in action when the time comes.
I can't wait. Celia, you mentioned something about an occasion, right? Is there something important going on later?
It's nothing too serious. Everyone's gathering later for something special, and I'd like to show up and observe the activities that'll happen tonight.
Whatever it is, I hope it goes well.
Don't forget, Sarah, regardless of where you're from, Cecil's heart is just as bright as yours. Take care of yourself out there.
So this is where you usually hang out. What are you up to so early in the morning?
None of your business.
I thought you'd say that. I came by to tell you that I'm going to be heading off. I think it would be better if I looked around this place on my own so I could start remembering where to go by memory. I know I was being a little too nosy about your personal life, and I'd like to apologize for that. Perhaps I thought you would be linked to my mission. I should be doing my search somewhere else, so take care of yourself, okay?
Celia's just as nosy as you are. She thought that you were trying to ask me out on a date.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. Alright, listen. I should be the one saying sorry. I'll be perfectly frank with you. I have no clue when the last time my family had a visitor come over. Normally, Celia and I keep guests out to focus on taking care of Yuki and learning more lessons. Yuki gets upset when someone comes over to ask about her parents' family secret. It's important that no one gets a hold of it, and it took me a while to realize that you weren't one of those people trying to use it for an evil purpose. To make it simple, I have trust issues. Even for someone like you who's full of joy and sunshine 24/7, it's hard for me to really find someone who I can trust.
I'm not in it to do anybody harm. My unit and I are on a mission to protect these people with these unknown powers. I have no clue what it's like or who in your family has that power. But if there's one thing I do know because of Celia, I know for a fact that you're the swordsman I've been looking for. I'm not asking you to come with me, but at least teach me more about your family's history and swordsmanship. They trained many soldiers in the Great War of the Skies, and I have high confidence that their son is a fantastic successor.
I can't teach you. As much as I would like to, I have a huge responsibility here, and it's to make sure Grandma's in good health until she's ready to move on. I'm sorry if I wasted your time, but I hope you understand the position I'm in.
This wasn't a waste of time at all. In fact, I'm staying here to help you out.
What do you mean you're staying here? You can't do that forever. Do you have any idea how old my grandma is? She might even be friends with a dinosaur.
I told Celia that I'd like to learn more about the people and places to see here. Even if I don't accomplish my mission, at least I could provide a helping hand in the meantime. I'm not leaving anytime soon, so would you do me the honor of showing me around?
Aren't you worried about what your superiors at your military unit will think about this?
Trust me, the most that my friend Larry has ever got mad is when I told him that I got him into a relationship. He was mainly upset because I didn't get his preferences right.
Isn't that a story worth hearing later? Has anybody ever said to you that there's this overwhelming amount of positivity that you have? It's freaking me out. Can you tone it down a little?
Not one bit. So what are we waiting for? Let's get a move on.
You really plan on using all of these for tonight's dinner? I don't even know what half of these dishes are.
It's going to be my first time making these, so please excuse me if the recipes turn into a complete disaster. But I'm delighted that you showed me around the village, Cecil. I'm learning a lot about what it's like in other people's shoes.
Not every square inch of this place is pure beauty, but even if some areas are a little run down, I'm glad to see that everyone's in good spirits.
Cecil, if I could be honest with you for a moment.
What is it? Is something bothering you?
Well, I took on this mission because I was the only one at the unit that's been here before.
You've been here before? Was it during the battle?
My mom and dad took my sister and I over here when we were little. I remember seeing some of these places, but the atmosphere wasn't as lively as it is now. They were both stationed here, and since we were so young, they didn't want to leave us behind.
You mean you were there when the attacks started happening? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I was planning on telling you, but I felt it wasn't right to bring it up to you until I got to know you better. When our mom and dad flew off on the ship, my sister and I had confidence that they would come back safely. But within moments, it was already too late.
It's gonna be fine, Sarah. No need to be frightened when we have the strongest heroes on our side. Mom and Dad, they're still fighting, don't you worry. Come on, let's follow the rest of the crowd.
It was horrifying. In the shelter where we thought we were safe, the enemy found a way in. My sister and I lost track of each other, but the both of us had to get out of there. I was running so far, and my sister was nowhere to be seen. The enemies were going around taking people hostage. Loved ones everywhere were being taken away. And the moment I was about to be taken,
It's okay if it's too much to talk about. I remember too much from that day, and I wish I could forget about it, but I just can't.
I don't know what happened after that. I woke up next to my sister. I prayed to myself that she would be safe and sound. Losing our mom and dad had taken a major hit on us that day. But
Sarah, you could stop there. You've said enough, and I completely understand the pain you've experienced.
thank you for listening to me, Cecil. I needed someone to relate to, and you were the right person to talk to. If there's one thing I've forgotten since then, it's how to feel pain. I can't bear to lose anyone else now, and that's why I started working in the forces.
Both of our parents fought with all of their heart. If there's one thing that we have in common, we're both born from heroes. I just hope that I did the right thing back then.
Hey Cecil, what's going on tonight? I've noticed that there are a bunch of decorations laid out across the streets.
Well, there's that festival happening over in the village square. There's a lot of activities they have planned over there, but I never attend these events for obvious reasons. If Yuki attended one of these, I don't think she'd ever be able to move a muscle during the dance.
There's a dance involved? That sounds wonderful. Has Celia ever gone to this festival? She seems like the kind of person who'd love doing this.
Just gonna point this out right now. This festival is for her.
It is? That's amazing. Is today her birthday? She mentioned something about a special occasion, but all she seemed interested in was making dinner.
She's been awfully quiet about this entire time you've been here. She's finally reached an age of maturity, and in our traditions, it's like we're celebrating the day of a princess. I don't know why she's acting like this, but your presence alone is the best present of all. She used to attend the festival with our mom and dad many years back. Being so little back then, she just watched the both of them dance together. The pure sight of it made her so excited, and she always wanted to see me up there too.
She wanted to see you at the festival too, huh?
She should know by now Yuki needs to stay home and get some rest like always. I'd like to attend her celebration, but I know she'll understand the position that we're in. How's Yuki doing, Celia?
She's awake right now, but eventually I'll have to head out for the festival. Are you fine taking care of her on your own while I'm gone? It'll just be a couple hours.
Of course. You have fun on this special day of yours, okay? It's a more important day for you, and you've definitely grown up to become a great daughter and sister.
I'm gonna have fun, Cecil. Don't worry about it. I'm thinking about what Mom and Dad's faces would be like once I put on that huge dress. I may as well be the town belle.
Don't make fun of yourself like that. You're going to look great. I'll be over there shortly to help set things up, but as soon as I'm finished. I'll be heading back home to take care of Yuki.
Sarah, do you mind if I speak with you for a bit? I need your help with something. Please help me with this festival. Please?
What's the matter? It should be going smoothly, right?
Yuki's awake right now because she's eager to see Cecil participate in tonight's festivities. She wants to see her grandson join in on this occasion for once. Even though she's incredibly old, she remembers when she danced with someone on her birthday. You see, what I really want you to do here is to take over the kitchen area while I get Cecil into the dance floor. He thinks he's going to be watching Yuki tonight, but he's going to be there temporarily for the setup.
Celia, I'll make sure tonight's cuisine is splendid. I won't let you down.
Yuki? What are you doing here?
실리야. 나는 너가 강하고 독립적인 여성이 되는 게 얼마나 기쁜지 모른단다. 너는 너의 엄마의 강함과 아빠의 현명함을 물려받았어. 나는 너가 댄스 플로어에 쓰는 걸 빨리 보고 싶구나, 실리야. 이 낡고 오래된 기가 세실과의 대화를 엿듣고 말았구나. 가장 큰 도전은 세실이 누구와 춤을 추는지 찾는 것이다. 근데 어떤 여자의 도착 이후에 나는 이걸 생각할 필요가 없다고 생각한단다.
I hope Cecil has it in him to find out who that person is.
It looks like everything is ready for the event tonight. I didn't think you'd be in charge of kitchen duties, Sarah. Are you fine with that?
You're saying that I can't cook? No wonder why you haven't been to these festivals. No woman would ever want to speak to a guy like you.
What's that supposed to mean? I can have a clear conversation with a woman any day.
Cecil, those girls over there are staring at you. More specifically, they're staring at those guns of yours. I had no idea you were planning on showing off.
You know, even though I'm just here setting up, I could have shown up in something decent. Hey ladies! I used these babies to wash my grandma's...
Well, that's less people for me to cook for. Hey, I have a question for you. Do you mind?
Sure, what's up?
You want to go for a dance?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I'm sure one of these ladies around here would like to dance. Maybe you could even do the honor of dancing with your sister. She's always been watching other people dance, but maybe you two could give it a shot. It would make her day.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a better idea. For a while, I thought you wanted me to... Hey, wait a second. I can't do this! Isn't it obvious? I have to go home and take care of a certain grandma of mine. I'm worried she may end up spilling a boiling cup of tea on herself. Or maybe even she'd figure out how to turn on the television.
Or even better, she managed to walk here on her own to see the dance for her own eyes.
Yuki, you're supposed to be at home. You spent all day cooking already. What do you think you're doing here?
닥치고 이것을 입어. 내 체격에도 불구하고 네 할미를 봐라. 여전히 이렇게 훌륭한 다리를 가지고 있지 않니? 여기 내가 입고 있는 것을 봐라.
Ooh, Yuki is slaying with those heels of hers.
You're not helping. Yuki, I'm headed home now, so just be careful and...
Hey Cecil, you know those girls over there? They could see much more than those guns of yours. What's the matter? Too nervous about showing off what that other half is like? Or worse, are you too afraid that there's nothing you have in you to impress them? Don't disappoint your grandma. The kitchen's being taken care of, Yuki. If Cecil wants to change, there's a changing room just down over there. If anything happens, I'll make sure he gets squared away immediately.
Sarah, how's everything going in the kitchen?
Everything going smoothly over here. But, Celia, you look beautiful. Your dress really is something, but I'm at a loss for words.
Nah, it's only one night, and it's getting a little uncomfortable to wear. Has Cecil gotten changed yet?
I'm over here.
Oh my. Cecil, you look so adorable with your vest and tie. Are you ready for the dance?
Okay, I agreed in the change of clothes, but I'm not going out there to break a leg or anything like that.
Oh, come on, Cecil. It won't be that bad. I really don't see what the big problem here is, so just give it a shot. Sarah, we'll be getting ready soon. I need to find you a partner.
Oh, you mean we're not dancing together?
I already got myself a partner to dance with. There's someone new to these festivities, just like Sarah is, so I volunteered myself to guide him through our activities.
You mean that guy over there with the mask? What's up with these weird accessories anyways? I don't get the idea of why someone would wear a mask at a party. At least for innocent reasons, that is.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this, but... Sarah, would you please?
Do what?
Will you be Cecil's partner in the waltz?
No, that's okay. I'm sure I'll find someone here so you don't have to.
The girls here are telling me you tried showing them your guns and they were incredibly disgusted after your display. I could have sworn you've been working out, but I guess they're not a fan?
Oh no, they weren't disgusted by my arms. They were disgusted by...
Anyway, Sarah, your kitchen duty should be done by now. Everybody's ready to see the rest of what we have planned for tonight. I have one of my extra dresses if you'd like to change out of your outfit.
Thank you, Celia. I'll get changed immediately. See, Cecil, you've got nothing to stress over. Yuki's waiting to see our grandchildren all grown up. You're not only making Celia and Yuki happy, but you already know who else would be happy at a time like this.
I guess you're right. Let's just get this done fast and... Wait, what in the world? How did you change so fast?
I've been through some intense training myself, Cecil. Shall we dance? I tried dancing with my friend Larry once at our military ball. He was staring at the other guys dancing, but I think he may have been focused on something in particular.
And that was... You know what? Never mind. I gotta say though, this isn't as bad as I thought. Yuki's watching us like a hawk. A really happy hawk at that.
Cecil, that wasn't so bad, right? Let's get things cleaned up quick so we can head home. Yuki got so tired after watching the dance for so long, Celia escorted her back.
It's funny. I thought I was making Celia and Yuki happy by doing all this, but I'm kind of a little happy myself. It was a lot of fun.
Your parents are watching you from above, and they must be proud of their son and daughter for growing so strong.
Sarah, I really want to start moving forward from this point on. Celia and I, we're both grown up, and I think it's time for us to see what we are truly capable of.
I think so too, but... What was that? Everybody's running away from something over there. Your house is in that direction.
Please, tell me they made it out of there.
Cecil, that thing has Celia. Let's put a stop to it before... Cecil? What's the matter?
If only I had been there that day, then maybe they would have made it out alive. It's because of me they're all gone.
Cecil, watch out! Cecil, you and I both remember what that thing was. Those things are still running amok? It took Celia, but she was left unscathed.
Where is she? Where is Yuki?
내 사랑. 난 너의 할머니 자격이 없구나. 그렇지 않니?
Yuki, where is your medicine? You need to take it before...
너는 그 아픈 날 가족과 도망친 아이처럼 행동하는구나. 내 걱정은 그만하고 네 누이를 찾아야 해. 제발. 그 괴물들한테 끌려간 가난한 사람들. 그들은 산으로 사라진 후에 다시는 빛을 보지 못했단다. 너희 어머니와 아버지의 죽음을 헛되게 하지 마라. 그들은 지금도 우리 모두를 지켜보고 있다. 너가 내 약을 찾더라도 네가 알기도 전에 나는 사라지고 말 거야. 게다가 이 약은 내 손자들이 잘할 수 있게 해주는 것뿐이란다. 하지만 너와 셀리아는 이미 성숙한 빛나는 너희 아버지와 어머니의 후계자들이다.
Yuki, I can't. I know I've learned so much from you, but I can't call myself a master yet. Please, you have to live.
그리고 사랑하는 사라. 나는 친구로서의 우리의 시간이 너무 짧았다는 걸 알아. 그치만 나는 나의 아이들이 친구를 만들었다는 걸 보는 게 너무나 기뻐. 부디 그가 실리아를 찾는 걸 도와줘.
I won't let you down, Yuki.
점점 시간이 다가오는 게 두렵구나. 손을 좀 주겠니? 너의 손을 꽉 잡고 있던 나를 기억한단다. 나는 네가 그 비극을 견뎌내었다는 걸 확신하고 싶었어. 나는 너가 부모를 자랑스럽게 하기 위해 그날 바른 일을 하고 있었다는 걸 안단다. 하지만 제발 내 마지막 소원은 셀리아와 네가 우리 전통으로부터 물러나는 것이다. 이제 너희의 꿈을 찾아야 할 때야. 사랑한다. 너희 모두다.
Cecil, we have to get going now. Whatever that monster is doing to Celia, we can't let her fate be the same as Yuki's.
Sarah, I'm not sure if I can.
Don't you dare say that you're not sure. You need to have faith in yourself. For your mom, dad, Yuki, and Celia. Don't disappoint them. We both lost our loved ones, but we haven't lost sight of ourselves.
Sarah? Where are you? Please cry out if you can hear me. Has anyone seen a young girl around here? She has her hair tied up in a bow. Oh no, please no. It can't end like this for you. I still hear your heart beating. Is this the only? No, it is the only way. Whatever it takes to keep you alive. I've already done what Mom and Dad told me to do. Hey, listen to me. Your name is? Listen to me, Cecil. I'm grateful that you stayed by my sister's side. You were able to get her to safety, weren't you? I thought I had lost her during the attacks, but... We don't have much time left, but please watch over her a little longer. Your family must be worried sick about you too, yet you went all this way to protect her. She'll be fine once we're out of this mess. So in the meantime, be her knight in shining armor, alright? Cute rat tail, by the way. Cecil, take this. This is for the both of you. It was made for my sister so she could tie up all that hair together. She's gonna wonder where the other half of it went because she's held it so dearly ever since she was little. Tie it around that blade of yours. Once again, take care of her, Cecil. Thank you so much. Sarah, this power I've given you, it may either be a burden or an improvement to your life entirely. I've been longing to pass it on to someone special. I just never thought it'd be today. Be strong for the both of us. You'll spread your wings and fly. Just like Mom, Dad, and myself.
Whatever danger lies ahead, we're going to fight through it together.
Celia was left unharmed, and those things are easy to see in the nighttime since their bodies have a natural light surrounding them. I don't know what to expect from these things since I haven't seen them since the Great War of the Sky. Sarah, you've always told me that you were willing to stay here and take care of my family. I never imagined that you'd go so far as to help me on a rescue mission to save Celia. Do you have what it takes to take on this monster?
My sister always told me, seize the day and conquer all of its challenges. Getting you to speak with me on a positive note was a difficult challenge by itself. This challenge means the difference between life and death.
Well, your sister sounds like she made the perfect role model for you.
When I woke up in the hospital bed with her, our hands were held together. Because of that, I've always felt connected to her. It is that connection that I would like to see in the world between all people one day. Naturally, since she was the older sister, my parents had more faith in her abilities. I was still young and naive to know about the reality of the situation at hand. My sister, however, she was determined to keep me safe. Her name was Chelsea. My parents sometimes called her the star child, and in no way did that mean she was the favorite. It's just that she always knew a way out of every conflict.
Do you two share any similar qualities?
Chelsea has inspired me to take on the position I'm in right now, but she encouraged me to find out where I belong in the Skylands. She made me feel like I wasn't just a piece of the puzzle, but she helped me feel like I was the big picture.
You're setting a fine example for your sister. I remember being such a little kid back then. I always played with wooden swords and scared Celia way too much. Yuki would always go into her angry elderly woman mode on me. I saw what my parents were doing. I had no idea how many risks they were taking along the way. On that day, I tried being like them, but after that...
You shouldn't blame yourself for what happened that day, Cecil. They were willing to put their lives on the line for the people they loved, and they wanted you to continue growing in hopes of setting a good example for the family.
Sometimes I feel like I'm more than an older brother to Celia. She's always looking towards me for advice. To think that she's been looking for a friend like you to show up, but she also thinks you're trying to sweep me off my feet and go for a ride on some majestic horse.
She has such a wild personality, but I can see why she looks up to you so much.
How so?
I don't know why, but there's just something that stands out to me compared to most of the guys I've met. Keep in mind, I only have one close male friend, and he lacks a lot, and I mean a lot of faith in himself whenever it comes to meeting new people.
I'd like to meet him one day, but I can tell you one thing, something that makes me different from your friend.
And that is...
I'm glad I took the risk to have met somebody like you.
너와 사라는 아마 우리는 오래된 기억에 있는 빛을 비추기 위해 가족의 전통을 제쳐놔야 한단다. 사라는 인생에서 자신에게 두 번째 기회를 준 사람을 찾겠다는 의도로 이곳에 온 거야.
Where am I? Cecil? Sarah?
No one's going to save you, Destined One.
You're the person that was at my celebration earlier. Let me out of here. My brother's going to make sure you pay for what you've done. I can't believe it. Yuki's really...
A worthless hag like her had a destined fate. A poor elderly woman like her couldn't possibly be powerful enough to contain the power that I seek.
What power are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about, so just open this cell, right?
I've heard enough of your pitiful lies. You think you can hide the fact that you're the vessel containing the Star of Destiny?
A Star of Destiny. Yeah, I have your Star of Destiny. You think you're gonna get it from me? Well, too bad. My brother's on his way to put a stop to you. Just what do you plan on doing with me?
There's a certain experiment I'd like to run through before I report to my first in command. This will determine the resurrection of a great power that we can use to change the world for the better. Cannot risk imperfections, however. That is why a fine miss like you would make the perfect test subject.
What's in those tanks? Those aren't people, but what are they?
The pathetic creatures that were made to help us humans. But they've done a much better job as our power source for a new world. As adorable as you may find them, they're serving a higher fitting purpose than before.
You're a monster. First you take me away from my grandma, and now you're showing me your cruel experiment on these innocent creatures? You're making me sick to my stomach.
Monster? I believe the real monster is outside guarding this experiment from its destruction. I need to make sure that the probability of the procedure's success is at a maximum. I hope I wasn't interrupting anything important. Were you about to have a lovely family dinner with your loved ones? I must apologize for my intrusion. But this was only for our own benefit. We all have experienced too much bloodshed in our lives. But alas, sacrifices must be made to bring back the truth. It will be all worth it for her.
Cecil, Sarah, I'm praying for your safety.
What did that thing look like again? Its body was almost like an exposed skeleton. No flesh whatsoever. But there was this energy underneath all of those bones. It almost looked like a dragon. Most of the dragons I've seen in the books have wings. So, does that mean...
Hold it. The footprints stop right here. But where could it have possibly gone to? Sarah! Get to cover! Right now! Keep moving ahead. I'll provide a distraction. Once you get up there, I'll catch up with you immediately and... You're just as persistent as before, aren't you? As if I'm gonna let something hideous like you take my sister away.
Cecil, be careful. That thing's got all sorts of sharp points around it.
Huh, I guess you got a brain after all. I know a way in. I'm going to figure some way for that monster to bust this door open. If it's powerful enough to break through walls, then it should break through with just a couple hits. We need to stick together in order for this thing to... This is some cheap tactic you got here. Sarah, hang in there.
Cecil, is this what real pain is like? I've lived all these years, but I feel like I've been stuck in the shadows of my own family despite having moved on. You've still got family left to protect, and coming here to this life of yours, I've been accepted into another family. We lost Yuki, and I wish I could have protected her like my sister did for me back then.
Sarah, this isn't your fault. This was your mission, right? So don't feel like it was your obligation to protect her. I've ran away so much, but at the same time, I couldn't leave Yuki or Celia behind. This time, it's like I've been left alone.
If there's any reason in the world I should be feeling pain, it isn't from loss. This pain I'm feeling right now, it's my heart telling me to fight for the people I love. Celia, are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, Sarah, but Cecil, I'm so sorry. I should have let you take care of Yuki. She would have made it out alive, but I can't imagine how different things would have been if we had just been there for her.
There's no need for you to apologize, Celia. Yuki was waiting for the both of us to mature so we could move forward with our lives. She didn't want us to be a subject of life in pain and sorrow. Mom and Dad left home to fight for us. Now, Yuki wants us to do the same. I've ran away from you too much. All we have left is each other, but now we can fulfill those dreams of ours. We've lost our loved ones, but we haven't lost each other, and the most important thing here is that we haven't lost ourselves.
Thank you so much, both of you. Let's go home. We need to do everything we can to honor Yuki's memory.
Sarah, you remember what your mission here was, right?
I still do. Regardless if it's complete or not, I'm not coming back to my unit empty-handed. I've learned a lot from you and your family.
Cecil, you should tell Sarah your plans from this point forward. Just know that I'll have everything taken care of around here.
Your plans? Cecil, you don't mean...
You need to complete that mission, don't you? I think this will be the best chance for me to see the rest of the Skylands. This time, I'm not running away like a coward. I'm running towards a brighter future.
Sarah, please take Cecil with you. I have so much left to learn from the lessons that Yuki taught me, but from what I saw when you rescued me, I'm fully aware that Cecil has mastered his skills as a swordsman. Plus, I'm fairly certain that those skills of his could go to use at your unit. Even though you don't need a bodyguard, Sarah, I think he'd still do a fine job of protecting you.
I think so too, but I can definitely do the same for him as well. Celia, thank you for everything. You're such a sweet friend, and I will never forget the things you have taught me. I'll make sure to visit again soon, and I'll keep you updated on how Cecil's doing.
If you ever need an extra hand at your unit, I'd be glad to come join you in the future once I'm ready, Sarah. In the meantime, I'm going to be training here on my own, Cecil. Before you go, Cecil.
I'll think about it. Once I'm back, though, perhaps it would have been worked out by then. Take care of yourself, Celia. I'll be back home soon.
I've been longing for peace ever since that tragic day, of what I truly needed to find within myself. To be free from these chains, holding us back from realizing our potential. Where I belong in this world, I believe that all it took was a light to show the way.
This whole time, you've been searching for this other half of you that was lost on that tragic day. Little did you know, you weren't just looking for a part of you, you were trying to gain your identity back. And it was here with me all along. Deep inside the confines of my heart, I've held back my emotions. It was almost hard for me to breathe. The traditions we've kept throughout the ages, will they be broken in order to reach out in someone in need? I've never gone beyond these gates in my life, Sarah. Do you have any doubts that I'll make it out there on my own?
Cecil,
사랑하는데 아이들아, 우리 혈통이 결실을 맺은 새벽부터 우리는 너를 우리의 날개 아래 보호할 거야. 비겁하게도 제 책임을 버리고 도망치는 건 우리 세대에서 아주 흔한 일이란다. 그러나 우리는 이 관점을 다른 측면으로 볼 수 있지. 우리는 너를 사랑하는 걸 멈추지 않을 테지만 나는 너가 도움이 필요한 사람들을 향해 달려가고 있다고 믿는단다. 부디 조심하렴. 알겠지?
In this world, we've lived alongside one another. No soul can judge the relationships we share. If we break ourselves free of our fate assigned at birth, then the possibilities are endless. You were never meant to be anyone's puppet. Please, for the sake of not just the friends and family around you, but for each other, create that future together.
Cecil, don't ever question it.
I came to you to share and dream together. I learned to let us part. There's no place to be. My heart.
So, you must be Larry. Yikes, Sarah told me a lot of stuff that I somehow regret hearing. But just from hearing all that information, I think we're gonna be great comrades.
It's nice to meet you too. Sarah, what did you tell him exactly? You know how confidential I am with you, right? Let's just get ready to take off. I can call this mission a success. You did a great job, Sarah. Did you have any trouble here? What the heck are these things?
Did that monster from earlier just happen to be a mom? Those are some ugly looking kids. This should be my chance to show you a demo of what kind of a soldier you'll be dealing with. Are you with me on this, Sarah?
Couldn't have asked any sooner. Your road to a new future, it all starts here.
How do I make the phone ring? Why do I even care? How are you all around me when you're not really there? When you're not really there. How do I feel you on me when you're not on my skin? Why do you say you want me and tell me you're not coming in? Baby, just come on in. Cause every time I'm with you, I go into a zone. And I remember all the places
goes on, what we gonna do, kid?